Hey, it's me, MLB. Here's chapter 93 of Rapid Fate Online, and this one's titled Save Me. Feeling devious, you closed the door quietly and turned around to face the window behind you, but there were black bars crisscrossing back and forth across it, so climbing out the window was out of the question. You scowled, looking back to the door. I might be able to get out the back door if I'm sneaky. Opening the door again, you looked out and listened, and then turned left down the hall instead of right, and tiptoed down to the end room, which was Master's bedroom. There were no bars on his window, so you quickly walked over and pulled the window open. An alarm blared the second that you pushed the window open, immediately followed by running footsteps, and you quickly turned and ran to the closet and closed yourself in there, not even a second before Master came running into the room. "Damn it!" he snapped, looking out the open window, then jumping out himself. "He thinks I've done a runner," you thought, your heart pounding in your chest as you pushed the closet door open and took off running out of his room and back down the hall to the front door. You opened a chat to Tamajiki as you ran and sent him a message quickly as you paused at the front door. "Where are you? I tried to run and Master is looking for me now. I'm about to leave the house," you sent. You closed the chat app and ran for the front door, intending to run blindly into town, but you didn't get very far when Master came running back around the corner. You froze. There was nothing left to say. You were trying to run, and he knew it. He lunged at you and you screamed and jumped away, the fright of being found making you run twice as fast. "Slave!" Master yelled at you. "Get wrecked!" you screamed back at him, intent on getting away. He chased you into town, yelling at people to catch you, but no one knew what was going on, so no one stopped you, until a few guys saw that you were running from your master and gave chase as well, intending to get you back to your guardian. You screamed as they slowly closed the gap behind you, trying to look for things that you could grab and throw behind you to get in their way, but before you could do anything like that, one of the guys jumped and tackled you onto the ground. "Got her!" he shouted. "Get off! Get off!" you screamed, struggling as hard as you could while the others caught up and held you fast. Master was the last to arrive and grabbed you by the hair, yanking on it to pull you out from underneath the three guys who had piled on top of you. You screeched in pain and struggled to push the guys off so that the pain in your scalp would at least ease, but they weren't moving off you fast enough. There was a lot of yelling and people grabbing and pushing until you realised that you'd now been bound with ropes and your master had the reins. Dragged screaming from the crowd, you fought the whole way back home. "Let me go! I don't want to be contracted to you anymore!" you shouted at him as he wrapped his hands around the ropes and tugged you along harder. "You don't get a say," he snapped back at you. "Undo it now! You're an asshole and I hate you! You don't deserve to have slaves!" "Ha! This is all just going to make beating you that much more pleasurable," he sneered. "If you lay a hand on me, my husband will come for your ass." "Husband? You mean your boyfriend? That dweeb I sold to the guard? He's long gone. You're on your own now." "Sold? Sold what? Tamajiki, you sold him? Where is he?" You struggled harder as the panic set in. "You need to let me go to him." "Ha! He's not here to protect you now," Master shouted with delirious excitement as he dragged you the rest of the way to the house. You were still struggling and yanking on the ties, even after he had dragged you into the house and slammed the door closed behind you, then grabbed the whip from behind the door. "Shut up," he shouted, flicking the whip at you and catching your leg with the severed ends of it. You screamed loudly, trying to get your arms free so you could swipe your menu open and log out. You didn't care what happened to your avatar. You weren't attached to it. You could always reset. "Stop! Stop!" you screamed. He raised his whip to thrash you again, but a black and navy blue hooded figure burst through the window, shattering it into a million pieces as he entered into the open dining area. "What the hell?" Master yelled with surprise, his whip being confiscated immediately. Who the hell are you?" He paused as he looked up to read the username of the intruder. "Butterfly?" "Let her go. Now," Butterfly said in a low, threatening tone, his hood still up over his head, but one eye showing just a little from under the rim of it as he lifted his head up. Sir, this slave is misbehaving and—" "Did you not hear what I said the first time?" Butterfly asked in an extremely pissed off voice, the timbre in his voice changing the feeling of despair inside you to hope and pride. "Forgive me, Let her go. Now. I won't ask again," Butterfly said, unsheathing his chain whip sword. Okay, Master stammered, quickly swiping his menu open with a shaky finger and disabling the slave contract with you. You felt a weight lift from your arm and you tried to see the emblem disappear, but you were still bound, and you pulled against your binds as you turned your head back over your shoulder. "Did he hurt you?" Butterfly asked as he stepped past Master and pulled a dagger out. It was a dagger that you had made for him, complete with an engraved heart on the handle, and he used it to cut you free. "Yeah," you said, showing Butterfly your leg, where there were 3 whiplash lines that were bleeding. The temperature in the room dropped about 20 degrees, and a black cloud of fire seemed to rise from Butterfly as he turned slowly around to face Master. "You hurt her." No, I didn't. She must have done that to herself. You laid a hand on her," Butterfly said darkly, as he flicked his sword out and approached Master, who was backing up rapidly. I didn't, please," Master begged, raising his hands and stepping back while cowering down. Well, stay tuned for the next one, Chapter 94, coming tomorrow.